Scorpios, how are you doing? I'm going to do the monthly read for August slightly differently because, you know, my Venus is in Gemini, so I bore myself sometimes, so I have to keep doing different things. But we're going to be doing, asking this deck what it would like to tell the Scorpios, and then we are going to use another deck where I'm going to ask my higher self to comment on this card that we're going to do now, and we'll see in the areas of love, finance and general what it is, that advice that is going to be given to you, and you can take it or you can leave it. It's only an opinion, it's only cards. It can't possibly be just for the personal person because obviously there's a lot of you, but you know, our higher self picks stuff and that they want us to receive and dwell on, and so pick something out of this that will benefit, empower and bless you. It may not all be for you, but there might be a sentence that is. Okay, so this deck is protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Wow, so there's 3 different things, but it's generally on protection. Protecting yourself seems to be, you know, cutting the cords in friendships, relationships of any sort, including parents and grandparents, is a really beneficial thing to do because obviously you have there's all sorts of unhealthy behaviour from yourself that can happen if you are really only acting out what someone else really wants you to do. So there has to be an independence there rather than any enabling, and a good way to protect yourself in that way is by actually, you know, bring about what you want to do in life and not what someone else wants you to do. Because we're only answerable to ourselves on what we actually do. And if you choose to not cut the cords, you can't blame your parents or caregivers or marital partners. Don't know why I'm saying this, must be for somebody. You can't blame them because you didn't cut the cord. You have to cut the cord. You have to be an individual and independent, because only then are you going to have true independent power over your own life. So, so for some of you, it's got here, call back your power, and I have a feeling that there are some of you that haven't really ever had that power in the first place. So it is asking you to start from scratch. Say, right, do you know what, I've always done what everyone else wanted me to do. It's just going to be hard, it's not going to be easy, but I'm going to have to really think and say, okay, what do I want to do? What is it that I, you know, if everyone disappeared right now, what decision would I actually make, you know? I mean, I had this conversation, this is meant for somebody. I had this conversation with somebody about, we were talking about growing tomatoes, I think it was. And this person gave me advice, and I was like, you know, sort of, and this person kind of reacted, well, I've had 40 years of experience growing, you know, but no, just don't bother listening to me then. And my point of view was, I don't know, can't remember what I said now, but I said something, well, in my head, if I didn't speak it out, because I normally do, but probably there wasn't time. But what my usual answer is, I don't take anyone's advice. I'll ask several people their opinion, but I never take somebody's advice. Why should I? You know, your situation my plants, you know, whatever the issue is I'm dealing with, is totally different from what you've experienced. And so it would be pointless me just doing something like a robot just because you tell me to do it, because you have given me your advice. Have I asked for your advice, or have I asked for your opinion? Because it's more healthier asking for opinion and then making your own mind up. And that's what I always tend to do. My dad did that to me. He always said, well, why do you never listen to my advice? And I said to him, this is going back some years, he's died since, but years ago, decades ago. But I said, well, but I don't take anybody's advice, Dad. I listen to everyone's opinion and then I make a choice of what I'm to do. And that really put his nose out. It always puts people's nose out, because people get caught on this advice thing. Question it yourself. You know, we're in a lot of our problems in the world where we are right now because people take people's advice. It's like independent thinking, guys. Make your own choice up. Right, okay, so what does my guide have to say about this particular card? Laser beam. So this is about focusing in like a laser beam into what you want in your life. Focusing in like a laser beam into what you want in your life. Does that make any sense? It kind of goes with what I'm saying. You have to be really focused when you're protecting yourself, you know, when you're looking at your life and what you really want. You have to be fixed, very fixed. Right, let's get the cards out then. And we'll do 3 cards for present, 3 cards for advice cards. But as I just said, it's only an opinion. Okay. So we have a strength card for love and relationships, 8 of swords for general, justice card, and then the advice is this. So let's have a look. They're pretty much all upturned, so I'm just going to turn them over. Right, so we've got karma time here with finances and career, choices to be made, things happening in your life. What is up is now down, so that can be quite traumatic, but it also can be really good. When we look at the Justice card, it's Libra, it's karmic lesson time, but it's always fair. You get what you put into this life, so it is a fair, but it's talking about the material world only. So this is talking about earthly wealth and success, but there could be a reversal. You might be going through a reversal of fortunes right now. But we have the Page of Swords, and when we look at the Page of Swords, here's somebody who has got new ideas, new ways of communicating, he's experiencing new knowledge, probably not brilliantly confident, but wanting to give it a go. Definitely somebody who kind of speaks up and is learning something new. And with swords, we're always talking about that sharp edge of truth. We're talking about having a good clarity of thought and mind. And it's, you know, somebody who's kind of will rush in with some sort of ideal. But the advice anyway is all of that. It's about going forward with a certain amount of confidence, even though you might need to tame it a little bit, and rush forward really with. Okay, so if I was to look at this one here with just career and finance, I'd be looking at newspapers. I would be going through email, I'd be putting forward loads of CVs. I'd be putting myself out there, pushing forward. So even if you've gone from probably not good times to good times, then, you know, now is the time. Go, 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 you know. Rolling stone gathers no moss sort of thing. So it's quite a high energy, so keep that energy up. With the general, you've got the initiative card. There is a sword in front of her where she leaves old thoughts behind and she's moving forward to new clarity. So she's got a blindfold there because she's recognizing that the things of the past are old ways of thinking which might have blinded her to the truth, and she's stepping forward to the single sword in front, which is usually around here, although it isn't on this card. There's a single sword in front and she's moving towards that new truth, and it will set her free because it's symbolizing with the bandages or whatever you call it, the bondage that she was in bondage before because she was ignorant, but she's now stepping forward to new truths. So yeah, anyway, so I don't know what that feels like, but that kind of follows along with this a little bit. And you have here the star card. So we've got central conduit, you know. She does what the priestess thinks. Very feminine energy, walking forward to illumination. This is somebody who is something is going to be revealed. So it's kind of like let your light shine, you know. It's with these two, both of these two, it's kind of let your light shine. Something's being manifested. The star is coming. The sun is rising over the hills, and it's a time of the great reveal. So reveal yourself, it seems to be that one. And then with love and friendship and family, you've got the strength card, and this person is holding their own. And this is the 11. I call it the 11 card. I don't call it the 8 card because of various reasons. If you don't understand, I'll answer you in comments. But it really is the 11 card. So it's one of the first spiritual master level numbers, and it's learning through self-control of emotions, greater psychic abilities, open-mindedness, and she's kind of feeling her goddess. But the advice card is 2. So making choices. Now, the old Tarot de Marseille with the 2 of Cups, he had to choose between his family or his new love. They got rid of the mother-in-law, so, you know, does he follow societal obligations, or does he choose the woman who he's really in love with? You know, that was kind of an interpretation years ago. But here it's often been asked that she is sort of the Isis kind of personality. She gives him a cup and he is about to receive the cup. So it's really kind of, you know, are these the same person? Is this genetic? Is this him fulfilling his true obligation in life? And he's got to make a choice of, you know, what do I want to do? And that's kind of, okay, so it sums up now with the talk that I was saying before, because these 2 cards I would class as actually being twinned with the 2 of Cups here. He is making a choice of who am I, who do I want to be, and or you know, she, if you're a female, whatever. Who do I actually want to be? Where does my alliance really reside with? And the alliance really should always reside with you, because the consequences are always going to hit you. Now, you could say that it's making a choice about being in love or not being in love, but the Two of Cups, unless there's some other cards around, it can be about friendship as well. It can be about, because twos are always about partnerships, you know, and it can be about finding a friend, but also about gaining balance within yourself. But because this is specifically for interacting with people, then I will say partnerships and friendships, and there being a choice, but you're coming from a very positive place. So just make sure that you're thinking about you, and you know, don't keep your boundaries in place, is what I think that card is saying. Okay, thank you, Scorpio, and I'll see you in September.